What's up, all my Waymakers? What's up, all my Waymakers? It's your boy Devon Trail coming back at you with another video. So today we are, of course, doing another trend. It's the Bratz challenge, and again, of course, I'm late because I'm late to every challenge, but I'm still doing it. A big trend has been going on for 2019, which is the Bratz Doll challenge. There are Instagram accounts that are like dedicated to making Bratz dolls. Beauty influencers, beauty enthusiasts. They've remade some of these Bratz dolls in like human forms. The fact that like the beauty community comes out with these trends, like they had the cloud trend before, then with Nikki's tutorials with like a little mask for Halloween, that was a trend. And instead of choosing like a doll off of one of the accounts, or actually even a female doll, I'm actually choosing to do a male. So I'm going to be recreating Dylan. I believe Dylan is like Sasha or Jay's boyfriend, and one or the other. He's the darkest doll that they have, and so I'm like, I'm going to recreate him. If you watch my videos, you know when I recreate something, I don't do the exact thing. It's more of, I use it as inspiration to what I'm going to do. So I'm going to make my face like his, but we're not going to be sports. Maybe something like a little more gangster. Maybe a bandana instead of a headband. But we're about to sit here and figure it out together. So without further ado, let's get right into this video. Okay, so when looking at this photo, the first thing I want to start with is my brows. So I noticed that his brows are hecka snatched. Then there's like 2 separate hairs in the front, and then like 4 up under the arch. So I'm going to start by arching my brow. Take my Revlon Color Stay eyebrow pencil and the color Soft Black. Okay, so I've spoolied this brow up. I'm going to now trace out where I want my arch to be. So my eyebrow isn't naturally as arched as his, so I'm gonna have to like go above. First of all, I need to go ahead and get a big old thumbs up the fact that I'm even doing my brows on camera. I never do my brows on camera, and mostly nobody ever does their brows on camera, and I know exactly why. Brows are very personal. Sometimes take some meditation, a little prayer, a little miracle, some holy water. And so I'm gonna need a big thumbs up, maybe a little comment, go ahead and subscribe, because this don't happen very often. Because the main focus of this look will be the brows, the eye, and making my skin look like doll-like. That is the task for today. This is the exact reason why doing brows on camera is so nerve-wracking, because look at this brow. Look at this one and look at this one. They're nowhere near the same thing. We have concealer, we're gonna fix it with concealer. Okay, so I'm gonna take my crayon case eyebrow pomade. This is in the shade dark brown, and I'm just gonna use that to fill in the brow. You don't want to bring it all the way to the front, because you want to have those harsh lines up in the front of his brow. Now we're going to take some concealer, clean up under the brow. Okay, so now the next step would be to add like 2 harsh lines in the very front of the brow. I'm going to take the same eyebrow pomade, and I'm going to take my eyeliner brush. I'm going to add those 2 lines. Okay, so I couldn't see the separation how I wanted it at first, so I took a little concealer and just swept it right in between each of those lines, because it's literally separated, so I want it to be like that. Okay, so now we have those 2 lines done. Next would be the 4 lines going up under the brow. So I'm gonna take this same pomade, same brush, but I'm going to flatten my brush out some more. So I'm gonna take a little napkin and just press on it. Okay, you wanna get it completely flat, just like this. The concealer that I put down to clean up the brow made the pomade not show up as bright as I want it to be. So let me get something. Please hold. Okay, so I got the It's My Ray Ray palette by BH Cosmetics. It's My Ray Ray. I'm going to go into the shade in here. It's called Black Beauties, the black shade. This shadow is super pigmented, so it's like one dip and I was able to go into all of these shades. That's this eye. I'm going to finish this eye. I don't know how I feel about it. I like it, don't love it. We're gonna see how it looks when with the whole look completed. That's how I always feel with makeup. In so many looks I start and I'm like, bruh, this really about to be looking a mess. Just gonna look a hot mess. But I'm like, it's just makeup. If I don't like something, you can always wash it off, change it, never post a picture. I like to just see how it looks at the very end as a total end product, like everything put together. Because sometimes that one thing that you thought looked mad crazy, you're like, damn bitch, that should look bomb as fuck with the end of this look. Let me go ahead and stop rambling and do this other eye. Okay, so now I have both brows on. Now let's focus on these eyes. Bratz dolls have nice, big, big, huge, beautiful eyes. I don't. So I'm going to try to extend my eyes. So I'm going to use this white pencil from Wet n Wild. I'm starting from the very end corner, the top edge, and I'm extending that down and out. Okay, so when I get to the end tip, I'm going to curve it out some. So this is going to be the shape for our eye on this side. So now I'm going to take my NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk, and I'm going to use that to fill in most of the pupil. Okay, now I'm going to go into my James Charles / Morphe palette. I'm going to the white shade here, called Flashback. Yes, there's some blue in it. Ignore that. We're going to scrape that off. And I'm just going to set that down. Okay, so for the pupil, I'm going back into the James palette, and I'm going to take this brush. It's from the BH Cosmetics 36 brush kit. I have no idea what it's called. Come on, focus. But this is, oh my god, my hands look so bad. But this is what it looks like. And this brush I use for literally like everything, so it's definitely a must-have. I'm going to go into the shade Benny, which is this deep chocolate brown shade here. Okay, so now I'm going to go into the shade No Beans. It's a little bit lighter, a lighter warm brown shade. I'm going to put that right on top, and I'm going to fill most of the pupil in with that shade. Wow, I don't think I was recording that. But I took the shade B, just a yellow shade in the palette, and mixed it with a little bit of, I mixed those together and I put that right on top to get a little bit of the lighter color. So now I'm gonna go back into the It's My Rare palette. I'm gonna go back into the shade Black Beauty. I'm using this one instead of the one in the James palette because honestly, the one in the Rare palette is so much better. I know there was some like controversy with the black in James's palette. It's a very good black. I'm gonna swatch it for you really quick. I have other swatches on my hands, so ignore it. But I'm gonna swatch that right here. This is the first layer, but it does build up to be nice. So this is like 3 layers of spooky. So what I like about this black is you can add a lot or you can add a little. It does build up to that pigment, but it also does fluff out to like blend out. It's easy to blend black, but you can also build up the pigmentation. But if you want that boom boom pow right off rip, I'm going to Black Beauty. Black, bow. Look at that. Boom boom pow black. Like you can even see, I'm just gonna show you both on my fingers. You can even see the difference. So you see the difference in the 2 fingers here. This is spooky. So this is, see how it's darker in here, and see how it's like it's a grayish around it because it's blended out. I love the way that blends. But this one, when you want just that boom boom pow color, look how much coverage that has. That's the difference between those two. Those are my 2 favorite blacks, and those are the reasons why I love them both. I'm gonna go to It's My Rare palette and use Black Beauty as my pupil, as the black area. I don't know the like anatomy of the eye. Is this all pupil, or is it like just the black part of the pupil? What about the outside area, like around the black? And then what is the white part called? So when applying that very center black, you want to be careful because you don't want it to blend into that yellow right up under it, so you want to be careful. So now what I'm going to do is reverse and go back into every shade that I went back into and make sure that I see them there and make sure that they have their own space, like they have their own space. For this part, I am going to take the NYX white liner and I'm going to add highlights. I'm going to add, it has 2 highlights. I'm taking the Elf liquid liner. I'm using the same brush that I've been using from the BH Cosmetics, and I'm just taking a little bit of product on the brush and giving myself a little bit of liner. One important detail on a Bratz eye is the crease. It's like a forced crease that they make. I'm going to take the same brush again, same thing I did with my liner for my bottom, going with the Elf liquid liner. So when I open my eye, I naturally have like this crease there. So I'm going to enhance that with this black. Okay, so there's that. That will be this eye completed. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this while I'm doing it off of camera, so just say sometimes this video is not a million years long. So we got the most important part of this look done so far. So let me do this other eye off camera and I'll be right back. Okay, so that's both eyes done. I like how this came out so far. Okay, so let's get on to the face. So we want a very doll-like look. I did want to keep all of the makeup that I used today, like affordable makeup, But I've been looking for a very nice, like, hydrating yet glowy primer. It's hard to find like a drugstore illuminating and hydrating primer at once. I got this primer from Smashbox. This is the travel size, so it's $15 for the travel size. You get 0.41 fluid ounces. So it claims to give you like that golden hour glow in real life. I guess instead of having like that 1 hour for the golden hour, it's giving you, it says it's gonna give you that look for 24 hours. I never used a Smashbox primer before. I know they have the original like photo focus primer. This is like the same thing, but it's also like it's radiance. So it feels pretty good. Feels pretty hydrating. I don't really see like any immediate glow at all. Y'all see some glow? Am I glowing? Y'all see me glow? I don't see no glow. I'm going to, okay, but I think I see a little, oh, wait a second. Okay, so I think I do see a little glow. And especially when I put it on my forehead, I can see it a lot better. When I'm seeing like drugstore like illuminating primers, they always leave a glow on the skin, like a shiny ass like Tin Man or like glittery looking glow on the skin. This really just made my skin glow, like a slick glow from within. So you can actually probably use this without makeup. I just filmed my full facial L'Oreal makeup. I don't know if that's going to be it before this video or afterwards. I reviewed the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear Foundations. So originally what I got was these two colors. I got color 540 and 545. Played myself. They're both too dark. They're much darker than what they look in a bottle. And you know, usually in drugstores you can't swatch. So I went yesterday and I actually got the color 520. And as you look in the bottle, this shit looks way too light for me. But I was at Ratchet One, so I wanted to find my shade. I took some tops off and made my own testers. Some of them honestly were already off, so I just swatched a couple shades on my hand. I did realize that 540, if you look at my previous video, I made it work, but when you first applied the foundation, I was looking like a skid mark. I looked like I tried to fake tan. I got a shade 520 and feel like it matches me much better. I'm gonna do a quick swatch of all of them. This is the color 545. I also have the shade 540. So this is actually the shade that I used in my last video. As you can see, it's still like a little too dark. Now I have the shade 520, which is a few shades lighter. I'm gonna wash it in the store, it looked nice. So hopefully it still gives me that nice look. Oh wow, that looks like, okay, so that looks like it's going to be too light. At this point, I don't know. I guess I may be like somewhere in between there, but I looked and the other ones, they didn't have the right undertone. I'm gonna try this one. If I need to mix in a little bit of 540 to get my perfect shade, then that's fine. But this foundation was freaking beautiful. It wore amazingly. And let's see how that looks on the face. Yeah, that's a little bit too light. So I'm going to mix in a little bit of 540. It's pretty golden. I can't be too golden. I have red undertones and I might end up looking green. It's nice having a foundation that has a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful like finish. But sometimes the shade range and the undertones, maybe it's way too many people out there in the world for companies to pick a shade for everybody. Because it can be my color, but it's too golden. I'm gonna have to bronze the crap out of my face and it still might end up looking a little green. But it's a freaking amazing finish and I really like it. So I'm really gonna keep trying to find my shade. When shades get darker and darker and darker, they do make them more red because it's easier to make red dark. It's hard to make yellow dark. Dylan has nice, you know, snatched cheekbones, but of course he doesn't look like he has on makeup. So it doesn't look like extra contour. So I'm going to contour, I'm going to contour lightly. I'm just going to cream contour. There will be no powder contour involved. So I want it to blend perfectly, you know, as far as a highlight to a contour. So I want it to look like a really natural face, but I want it to be snatched. So I want my cheekbones to be very doll like. I'm going to snatch them all the way up here, all the way. So usually, you know, a lot of people snatch right at this bone. I'm going above the ear, on top of my cheekbone instead of in my cheek contour. I'm also going to take this on my forehead and jawline. I'm sorry, this is the Black Opal True Color Foundation Stick in the color Ebony Brown. I'm liking how my skin looks. The primer, nice and hydrating. I'm liking this primer and this foundation combo. So I'm gonna buy the full version of this. I wanted it to be, you know, all affordable makeup, but this is what I got, y'all. I'm sorry. I went to Ulta today specifically looking. I wanted to either get that new e.l.f. primer, the little putty one for $8. I wanted to get like the Makeup Revolution Star Primer, but they were sold out of both of those products. While I'm in the store, I went on the app to find a primer under $15 that they had, and they just had like a travel size of this. This was the best looking thing that I found, and I love it. I really like it. Well, I do apologize for having this like non-drugstore product, but I mean, when she works, she works. So I'm sorry. Also, in my last video, I tried out the new L'Oreal Full Wear Concealer, Infallible Full Wear Concealer. It launched with this foundation as well. I really like this concealer as well. The shade that I used in my last video is 425. I like this color a lot. It's more of a neutral undertone, but I really liked it for specifically was how it highlighted under my brow. I don't know, just something about it that made my brow like extra fucking snatched, and I liked it. But I got the color 420 Cocoa. It has a more red undertone. Okay, so next I'm going to take this Makeup Revolution Jelly Highlighter in the shade Monumental. And on a natural day, it really gives you this like that extra glow. My skin looks so good right now. My skin looks good right now. My skin looks fucking good. So now time for powder. I'm going to be using Maybelline Fit Me powder. I'm gonna use shade 35 Deep for under my eyes and my highlighted areas, and I'm gonna use the shade 40 Dark for the rest of my face. If you have not had a chance to use the Maybelline Fit Me powders, they're really affordable. They're great powders. So we're not gonna work on lips. So I already have some pretty big lips, so I don't really want to worry about overdrawing my lips. I'm just going to try to get like a perfect lip. I believe this pencil is from Wet n Wild. This is a brown pencil that they have, and I'm going to use this to line my lips. So I'm taking this Wet n Wild white pencil again. I'm going to add some highlights in my lips. This is the final face of our look. We are Dylan the Bratz Doll today, but I want to add character to Dylan, so we're not doing the basketball thing. Like I said earlier, you can be gangsta Dylan. So let me get my bandana real quick. Okay, so I have my bandana. Let's cover up this 5 head. And then we have gangsta Dylan. Okay, so this is our look for Bratz Doll Dylan. I'm using only affordable makeup. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's somewhere down here. Give me a big thumbs up. Also, leave me a comment. Please tell me how I did on this look. Please tell me how you what I can do to better my videos for your viewing experience. Tell me if there's anything that you would have done differently with this look. Just have a conversation with me in the comments. Like, let's talk. So you can follow me on all my social media. It will all be linked down below. Instagram is _SlayYourWay. Also at _DevonLatrell. I had so much fun with you guys today as usual. But that is all. I am done. And I'm going to see you in my next video.